Have you ever paused in the quiet of an evening, perhaps while sipping your favorite tea or coffee, and found yourself reflecting on the path your life has taken so far? As we enter our 50s, 60s, and beyond, it's natural to wonder if we've truly tapped into the depths of who we are meant to be. Maybe you've achieved many of the goals you set in your younger years, raising a family, building a career, or creating a home. But now, there's this subtle whisper inside asking, what more is there for me? Is my potential still waiting to be discovered? If that resonates with you, my dear friend, you're in the right place. Today, I want to gently guide you through 5 profound mindset shifts that can help unlock the hidden potential within you. These aren't flashy, overnight miracles. They're thoughtful, sustainable changes drawn from the wisdom of those who've walked similar paths and emerged stronger, more fulfilled. We'll explore each one in detail, with real-life stories of people just like you, middle-aged individuals from the U.S., UK, Australia, and other Western cultures who've made these shifts and seen remarkable transformations. By the end of our time together, I hope you'll feel not just inspired, but equipped with practical insights to apply in your own life. So, settle in, grab a notebook if you'd like, and let's embark on this journey of self-discovery together. Remember, it's never too late to nurture the extraordinary person you've always been. Main content, let's begin with our first mindset shift, moving from a fixed mindset to one of growth and continuous learning. You see, a fixed mindset is that inner voice that tells us our talents, intelligence, and abilities are carved in stone. They're either there or they're not, and there's little we can do to change them. This can be especially limiting in midlife, when we might feel like our best days are behind us. But embracing a growth mindset means believing that with effort, practice, and perseverance, we can develop new skills and improve existing ones at any age. It's about viewing challenges not as threats to our ego, but as exciting opportunities to expand our horizons. To illustrate this, let me share the story of Sarah, a 55-year-old schoolteacher from a small town in Texas, USA. Sarah had always harbored a secret dream of writing a novel, inspired by the books she read to her students over the years. However, she constantly told herself, I'm not a creative person. That's just not me. This fixed belief kept her dream locked away for decades. Then one day, after attending a retirement planning workshop, she decided to challenge that notion. She enrolled in a beginner's online writing course, committing just 30 minutes a day. At first, her attempts felt awkward and unpolished. Sentences didn't flow. Ideas seemed scattered. But Sarah reminded herself that writing, like any skill, improves with practice. She read books on craft, joined a local writers group for feedback, and gradually, her confidence grew. Over the next 2 years, she completed her first manuscript, a heartfelt story about family bonds in rural America. Today, it's self-published and has even received glowing reviews from her community. Sarah's life didn't just change through the book. She discovered a newfound joy in learning, which spilled over into other areas, like taking up photography to capture scenes for her stories. Imagine applying this to your life. Perhaps you've always wanted to learn guitar, but thought it was too late. Start small, watch tutorials, practice daily, and watch how this growth mindset revitalizes your sense of possibility. It's not about achieving perfection. It's about fulfillment that comes from progress, step by step. Now, on to our second shift, transitioning from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance and gratitude. In a scarcity mindset, we fixate on what's missing, be it time, resources, health, or opportunities, which can lead to feelings of anxiety and limitation, particularly as we age and face changes like empty nests or health concerns. An abundance mindset, on the other hand, encourages us to focus on the richness already present in our lives, attracting more positivity and opening us up to new experiences. Consider John, a 58-year-old retired engineer living in Manchester, UK. After his children left home and his job ended earlier than expected due to company restructuring, John felt overwhelmed by what he lacked: purpose, companionship, and financial security. Mornings were spent scrolling news feeds, amplifying his worries. But then he stumbled upon a podcast about gratitude practices and decided to try it. Each evening, he began jotting down 5 things he was thankful for. Simple joys like the aroma of fresh-baked bread from the local bakery, a phone call from his daughter, or the warmth of sunlight streaming through his window. At first, it felt forced, but over weeks, it reshaped his outlook. He noticed opportunities he previously overlooked, a community garden needing volunteers, where he applied his engineering skills to build raised beds. This led to new friendships with fellow gardeners, shared meals, and even a part-time consulting gig helping with local projects. John's world expanded not because his circumstances drastically changed overnight, but because his focus shifted to abundance. You can start this today. Keep a gratitude jar on your kitchen table, adding notes daily. Over time, you'll find it eases stress, boosts your mood, and invites more good into your life, whether it's rekindling hobbies or strengthening family ties. Our third mindset shift is letting go of comparison and fully embracing your unique life path. In our connected world, it's all too easy to measure ourselves against others. Friends posting about exotic vacations on social media, colleagues advancing in their careers, or neighbors seeming to have it all together. This comparison trap can breed resentment and self-doubt, especially in midlife when our paths diverge due to personal choices, health, or family obligations. Let me introduce you to Linda, a 62-year-old homemaker from Sydney, Australia. Linda spent years envying her peers who traveled the world freely while she dedicated her time to caring for her elderly parents and supporting her grandchildren. Why can't I have that freedom? She'd think, feeling stuck and undervalued. But during a quiet moment of reflection after a family gathering, she realized her path was rich in its own way, filled with deep familial love, shared stories across generations, and the quiet strength of caregiving. She shifted her focus. Instead of distant travels, she planned local outings like picnics in national parks or cultural festivals in the city, incorporating her family. This not only brought joy, but also allowed her to appreciate her role as the family's anchor. Linda even started a blog sharing tips for multi-generational living, connecting with others in similar situations worldwide. By honoring her unique journey, perhaps yours involves prioritizing health recovery or community involvement over career climbs, you free yourself from unnecessary pressure. Celebrate your milestones, write them down, share with loved ones. This shift fosters authentic contentment, reminding you that your story is valuable precisely because it's yours. Fourth, we shift from fearing failure to viewing it as valuable feedback and a natural part of growth. Fear of failure often intensifies with age. We've accumulated experiences of setbacks, making us more risk-averse. But reframing failure as feedback turns it into a compassionate teacher, guiding us toward better decisions without the sting of defeat. Think about Robert, a 60-year-old former sales manager from California, USA. When his longtime company downsized, laying him off unexpectedly, Robert was devastated, feeling like a failure after decades of loyalty. Sleepless nights followed, filled with what-ifs. However, inspired by a book on resilience, he chose to see this as feedback. His skills were solid, but the market had shifted toward digital sales. Instead of retreating, he invested time in online courses on e-commerce and digital marketing. He networked at local business meetups, gathering insights from younger entrepreneurs. 6 months later, he launched a small online store selling handmade wooden crafts, a hobby he neglected. It wasn't an instant success. Early sales were slow, but each failure, like a poorly performing ad, provided data to refine his approach. Today, his business thrives, providing flexible income and creative outlet. Robert's story shows that failure isn't final. It's information. Next time you hesitate, maybe starting a fitness routine or applying for a volunteer position, ask, what's the worst that can happen and what can I learn? This mindset builds resilience, turning potential pitfalls into pathways for empowerment. Finally, our fifth shift, moving from isolation to actively seeking and nurturing connections. As we age, life changes, retirement, loss of loved ones, or mobility issues can lead to withdrawal, but human connection is vital for emotional health and unlocking potential. It provides support, fresh perspectives, and shared joy. Picture Margaret, a 57-year-old widow from London, UK, who, after losing her husband to illness, found herself retreating into solitude. Days blurred into loneliness, her once vibrant social life fading. But a neighbor's invitation to a walking group sparked a change. Reluctantly at first, she joined, sharing light conversations about weather and gardens. Over time, these walks became deeper. Stories of loss, dreams deferred, and laughter over shared mishaps. The group encouraged Margaret to revive her love for painting, leading her to host art sessions at the community center. Connections blossomed. New friends, a mentorship with a young artist, even a small exhibition of her work. Margaret's potential flourished not in isolation, but through these bonds. You can foster this. Reach out via phone to an old friend, join a club for book lovers or bird watching, or volunteer to shelter. Start small. The warmth of connection will fuel your growth, reminding you of your place in a supportive world. We've journeyed through these 5 empowering mindset shifts together, embracing growth over fixed thinking, abundance instead of scarcity, your unique path free from comparison, feedback from failure rather than fear, and connections to combat isolation. Each one, when nurtured, can profoundly unlock the true potential that's been simmering within you all along. Take a deep breath now and reflect. Which shift feels most calling to you in this moment? Maybe it's starting that gratitude practice, or reaching out to a friend you've lost touch with. How do you envision applying it this week? What small, gentle step will you take? I'd genuinely love to hear from you in the comments below. Share what resonated, a personal story, or even how this video made you feel today. Your insights could inspire someone else watching. If this in-depth exploration has sparked something positive in you, please show your support with a like. It helps spread this message. Don't forget to subscribe for more thoughtful, caring content designed just for you in midlife. And share this video with a loved one who might need this gentle nudge toward their own potential. Remember, my friend, your story is far from over. It's evolving into something even more beautiful. Until our next conversation, take good care of yourself, stay kind to your heart, and keep stepping forward with grace. Thank you for spending this time with me.